Welcome to the first day roundup of action here at Circuito Internazionale Napoli for the 20th anniversary of the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. It's been a busy day in the office, 24 practice sessions completed here at the 1,547 metre circuit here, 13 turns and an incredibly long back straight where I hear we're reaching speeds of in excess of 130 to 150 kilometres per hour. Quite impressive here. As you can hear, probably one of the scooters just behind, down from my position here off of the main straightaway here at Sarno, and just here is the final corner. Sarno last hosted the Grand Finals back 2016, and they're very excited to have the 20th running here in Italy for what's been a great event so far. I've been very impressed. My first impressions when I went in the tent on Saturday afternoon was nothing short of jaw-dropping, let's be honest. In many respects we have quite a lot. We have 360 drivers plus an additional 10 from the Rotax Thundercarts with the DEKM, the Deutsche Elektrische Kartmeisterschaft, having their final round here this weekend along with the Grand Finals. That makes it a total of around 370 competitors and around about nigh on 60 countries here this very week here in Sarno. Just in the background, just over here, is Mount Vesuvius. What a sight here in Italy. So let's get on with our results for the drivers here this week on the very first day. 24 sessions completed. Let's start things off with effectively Micromax. So we've got Len Nyes in the number 11. He's running on the Praga chassis 1 of 2 category. You can just hear one of the carts going past. Sounds like a E2 if I'm very much mistaken. Len's been running 9 in the bottom part of the top 20. Best lap from him today was actually in session number 3 of 3, 1 minute 11.083. He's been running consistently just over 9.5 tenths off the pace from the fastest driver out there at the moment. Then we go to Jasper Leenerts, the 111. This is his second call up in the Minimax class. He's running on the new Comkart from J3 here this week in Sarno. Jasper's had a bit of a struggle in the office today. His worst time was, well, in terms of pace differential from first to where he's placed, was session number 2. He was 31st out of 36 competitors, but he's been able to put a positive spin on it. His best effort was a 1 minute 6.869 in session number 3. So he's gained around about 1.6 seconds throughout the day's progression as the track has been rubbered in by the fantastic Mojo tyres. The grip has been coming to the drivers. I've spoken with a lot that have said they've got front end grip, but they've also got back end sliding as they go through corners, powering out, and that's going to be very tricky because there's a lot of drivers that are not used to the chassis that they're on. There are some people that are running on OTKs normally, and let's say for instance seniors, they're running on the Sodicart chassis. Juniors, Tom Heinertz, the 2019 Rotax Max Challenge International Trophy winner in Junior Max at Le Mans. He's with us here this week. Tom's first session, he was around about 26th in the odd numbered groups, which has 36 drivers in total. He was running on a 1 minute 3.9, and that was about 1.4 seconds off the pace. However, his pace has improved throughout the day, and his best effort was in session number 3 in terms of the time. He did a 1 minute 0.1656, putting on exactly the same lap time as the Netherlands' very own Chris Arnott. Excuse me. On a 1 minute 1.656. His best positioning, however, was in session number 2, where he was P7. Then we come to Milan Coppens, 218, running in the even-numbered groups throughout 3 practice. He was just 88th hundredths off of the top position in session number 1 on a 1 minute 2.490. His pace has also increased. Best effort was P12 in session number 2 on a 1 minute 1.528. Session 3, however, was a bit of a different story, struggling for grip, maybe having some adjustments, trying to get the setup right and possibly the power balance on the Rotax engine to come to full fruition. So that is Junior Max. We go back to seniors with Sodicart's Ilian Brunsils on the 308, the 2019 Rotax Max Euro Trophy Open winner back in April in Genk. He's been pretty quick, but he's been at best when there's 72 drivers in his group. His best positions were in sessions 2 and 3 on a P18. Best lap time, he was 9/10 off of the magical 60-second barrier on a 1:09:03. That put him about 6/10 off of the fastest out of his group. Then we go to Roy Kerfs in the 315, also running on the Sody Kart chassis. Roy's been running anywhere between the lower part of the top 20 towards the bottom part of the order. His worst positioning and his was in session number 2, 1:01:405, but his best lap time, he was actually 1/100th quicker than Ilian in his final session, a 1:08:93, and that put him just over 7.5 off of the best driver in that session. We then come to DD2. They're running on the Birol ART chassis. Sander Schimlack, the 2-time reigning and defending now, I can say it, because he's going to go into 2020 looking to do the three-peat. Sander Schimlack on the 423. He's been running at the sharp end of that group. And also with him is Sebastian de Ronde in the 429. Let's get on to Sander first. P8 in session number 1 on a 1:01:42. Then he was just 78/100ths off of the best driver, which I think, if memory serves me correctly, is from the Czech Republic, one of the Bezel brothers. He did a 59:572, his fastest time of the day, and put him P2 in the session. Session number 3, again another sub 60, 59:605, which put him about 2.5 or so off of pole, or off of the best time in that particular session. We then come on to Sebastian de Ronde. Just 16 years of age, but a hell of a lot taller than me. Great character. Also good to know that he speaks fluent English as well, which is a good thing. But P11 in the first session, 1:02:29, put him about 6/10 off. He got closer and closer. He got to within 5/100ths off of the 60-second barrier, and then in session number 2, and then broke it in session number 3 by just 0.014 of a second. And he's been running in around about anywhere between P11 in the first session down to P22 in session number 3. But he's admitted to me that the grip at the back end is pretty different to the front. So the front's got a lot of grip, the back end seems to be sliding out as he powers through the corners. Last but by no means least, we go to DD2 Masters. First off, Christoph Adams, our team captain, our clown joker, if you will, Mr. Madness and frivolity when it comes to the welcome party, which was really good to see and great to be a part of as well. A 555, Christoph Adams has been running around about P12, P11 throughout the day. He was 1.5 seconds off the pace in the first session, but has improved. And he's been anywhere between 6 to 7/10 of a second off. His best effort so far, a 1:04:59 in session number 2. And then we go to the fastest baker in Flanders, Mr. Carl Glibort. He was running in the sort of P15 first 2 sessions, getting a feel for the kart, getting a feel for everything, because they were also running on the Sody Kart chassis. So Carl did a 1:01:6 in the first session, a 1:08 in session number 2, and then got P9 and has really come alive now. He placed 66th last year, whereas Christoph placed 6th in the grand final, whereas Carl unfortunately did not qualify. However, Carl was P9 in the section number 3, and it was a 1:04, and he was only 5.5 or so off the pace. A lot of work still to do for the team. They're very, very positive, very, very high-spirited. The babies have been put to bed in the awning for the night, and there is a lot more work still to do in the office for all our 10 drivers, but we remain positive throughout, because a team that works together wins together. We've got some great people with us here in Sarno in Italy. So that's it for the day 1 roundup here, just off the main start and finish straight. And just look as the sun begins to set here in just off the Amalfi coast. So that's it for day 1. Day 2 is another proposition altogether. See you tomorrow, and don't forget to keep following and keep liking us on our social media channels. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.